Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This video is made possible by the EA Creator Network. So what you're going to get out of this video, jumping right in, solos mode, ultra gameplay. Now at the start, I'm going to give you a lot of tips, post commentary. I made the mistake of accidentally not recording my voice, and gameplay 2 and 3, you're going to hear that, which is going to be awesome. So we also got a dub, check it out. Let's talk about solos mode at the start here. So you got a modified ring, modified loot pull, we'll talk about that. You get health regeneration to let you fight on your own. You get this thing called battle sense as well, which lets you detect another legend is nearby. Now it doesn't tell you where they're at, it just gives you a warning on screen. Also, you get a respawn token. So once I launch here, you're going to see the respawn token. Let's see if it shows up in the UI right away. It took me a second to actually catch on to that because it's on the upper right. Now we're looking at the map here. So much has changed. There you go. See in the upper right, right next to 15 players, you get like a health token there. Now at the end, when you use this health token, if you don't use it at all, excuse me, it uses it for you and it gives you 1,000 Evo points, which is pretty cool. So initially, this is where Promenade was, and a lot of this has gone. Look at that. I'm hovering over it, is now gone. Now, I'm going to be doing a lot of exploring here. I didn't think we were going to fight at the start, so I'm really just kind of exploring. This is the modified loot pull. Notice how everything comes pre-configured with these guns, but you can take off the attachments. You can do that if you want. So it kind of shortens the looting time a little bit. You're not running around looking for as many attachments. And you can still ping and still, I was kind of testing, it's like, can I still ping? It's kind of redundant because you don't have any teammates. Here's an example of me using the tactical, messing around. I do have an enemy nearby. But notice how after the 50-meter distance, it just disappears. How do you feel about that? What do you think about that? Does that kind of ruin the game sense of the game? Does it make it feel more fast-paced to avoid people ratting on you? Does it make it interesting? Does it make it annoying? Comment down below what you think about that. My first impressions, I really disliked it. But then later, I guess it kind of balances out. If you had, like, let's say you're facing a seer, bloodhound, it kind of balances it out so then you're not put alone. Now I'm looking at the map and all these changes. I'm trying to highlight that the right side wasn't touched as much, but you'd be surprised how much changed at Stasis and Breaker Wharf and how much in between the loot patterns and the loot pool feels a lot more dense. Now the reason I'm not shooting here is because I thought we were just kind of exploring, but I made that mistake. Now there's something interesting that I didn't notice right away, is that you have a replay feature. Look at that. I didn't realize that right away. It didn't record all of it, so I wonder why that was. But I thought that was kind of neat in itself. So another thing, we talk about the modified ring. Notice that the ring was already closed in. That was also interesting. And also, again, we talked about the health regen. The health regen, after you take damage, even this counts for zone. After 6 seconds, you throw down a heat shield. You heal up, so you don't have to run as many flush meds. So I thought that was pretty interesting as well. We're going to go towards the south side of the map because some of these buildings are new and unique. You'll notice that they have the zip lines here. So if you're a big fan of zip lines, awesome. Let's say you're a movement player and a movement legend. There's a lot you can probably super glide off of and also super zip line jump and bounce around. Now, if you're not a fan of those, so you might want to avoid these buildings because that's definitely going to be a lot of sweating, a lot of bouncing around. I kind of feel like they're leaning in on that movement by putting those zip lines in the center of the building. I think that's pretty cool and pretty smart. And if you don't like that, then you kind of know in those buildings. I was exploring the south side, trying to get a feel what they changed over by Foundry and also the pods over here onto the left. Later, there's some really cool alter gameplay that we had where we didn't outplay, and I'm going to pause it and I want to highlight it for you guys and really showcase it. If you want an alter guide, you can also check it out here on the channel as well. I am kind of sad I kind of didn't get my initial reaction here. Now that we're kind of talking, the first part of the video was a little fast, but I wanted to get out a lot of information. Okay, just understand those. I think I took like 10 different takes just to get the start, but now we're kind of rocking and rolling. I just feel a little more relaxed and eased about it. I'm excited. You see how like this left side of the map is so different now? And even that left side where the solar pods are, like this, there's a lot more height variables here, which I found very interesting. You're gonna see that also by Stasis area. It's south of Stasis, that cliffside end is crazy. There's a lot more. Now the upper left side of the map, when you see later, is just gone. I almost feel like they gutted that quite a bit. Also, another thing, you have these Evo caches. I'm glad we got to kind of look at those for solo. So let's say you're not getting into a whole lot of fights. You can also do that. You can still hit the consoles and the beacons. Now with Alter, of course, you can't do that because you're a skirmisher. But these actually do help level up quite a bit. Now, if you're curious about these abilities, you can reduce your ultimate by 30 seconds and you can see through your tactical, which persists for the enemy health bar. You can remove the timeout on the Void Nexus, or you can reduce your tactical by 10 seconds. This is all covered in the guide. It's a little fast, but I'm sure somebody's going to watch this and not watch the guide and then ask the comment down below and say, Daz, how come you didn't cover this? And well, I have my reasons because it's in a different video. So, you know, I'm just trying to direct you guys where you guys want to see all that stuff. So I'm just pointing it out. Now, this is where I got to test out the HP. So you get to kind of see here the fun little moments of testing it. I was like, wait a minute. I was realizing that, oh, I forgot. It's kind of strange. I almost kind of think that this would kind of help with the pacing and the loophole of the main game. I think I say this later as well. Here's a test. So you see the 6 seconds. When you take a tick, resets. Take a tick, reset. Now, if you're in the heat shield, you can actually heal up. So you don't have to worry too much about flush meds per se. And if you're running around and healing, you can just prioritize shields. And you should always prioritize shields regardless, just kind of putting that out there. I think it's probably better that you do that. Probably much smarter. Now, what we're going to do next here in this footage, I get to showcase the ultimate, and you can show it on the mini-map. You see how the radius is already there? It's a 200-meter radius and a full 360 cone. Now, I run away here just to kind of showcase it. I was having a little bit of fun. It lasts about 120 seconds, and of course, you can remove that timer. That was pretty cool. And you can go back. Now, you can only use it once. Once it's used completely, it just disappears, and the port behind stays, so somebody could, in theory, take it behind you from my understanding of the ability. I get to use it here. It does have a 20-meter depth, which is pretty interesting. Good way to juke, and you're going to see it later once I was kind of playing with this. You can get really creative. There is a team on the other side, and they're trying to flank you, and then you push it in here. There's so much outplaying with Alter, and it's really exciting. I'm pretty pumped about it. I think she is going to be a legend that has a lot of... The more you get comfortable with her in the game, the more annoying she is, the more annoying she's going to be in the game. Not really sure what word I was trying to say earlier. That's the Breaker Wharf, and I was saying in the upper left. We're going to explore the upper left and one of the other rounds, but I never get to the upper right of Breaker Wharf. That is so far out there, but when I zoom in later, I do zoom in and kind of highlight it, so there's a lot of this map to really explore, and if I was solo in the map, then I could really explore it. The hard part is that there's other people playing, and we're kind of looking around. There's a lot of verticality added to this map. There's a lot more cover added as well, a lot more added to the loophole. I'm going to give an example. Even though we hear shots, you may not get the indicator because remember it's within 50 meters, but you can semi-abuse this to give yourself a sense of confidence. So that's a good tip here. Let's check this out. Ready? We hear that they're fighting, but they're not within 50 meters yet, right? Because they're not within 50 meters, they don't have the indicator to know that you're nearby. And if they do have an indicator, you might be able to surprise them. So I do take that moment, get a bit of shots in, whiff a little bit, could have gotten the knock. I get shot from somebody else that does the same thing. But because I don't have the indicator, I know that nobody's pushing me. So that gives me a bit of confidence here to know that I can reposition. And I'm going to pause in a second because you're going to see one of these outplays that I thought was really sick. And I was like, wow, I love how that my natural intuition, it's very intuitive, this legend. I know it might seem a little overwhelming for some, but it really feels pretty intuitive, which is pretty cool. And I'll break down this encounter in just a minute. So you see how that indicator showcase is on the left-hand side there? Pretty cool. I don't know how I feel about it. At first, I really disliked it, but then as I kept playing solos, I guess I kind of grew to appreciate it in case like somebody was ratting on me. And so I know like my back is cleared, but kind of bust that play. If you tend to rat a lot, you're probably not going to like it. Go to the left here to go for some cover. Keep my hitbox small. I think they do get away, unfortunately. And the zone does close. Because that timer in that zone can be a little brutal. How do you guys feel about it? Let me know down below. I didn't know if I was going to like Broken Moon as much, but after these changes, it's kind of growing on me. So I know they're fighting up above here, and I got somebody, once boom, you're going to see the indicator. And I was like, wait a minute, that means somebody might be on my left. And then they are. I didn't really guess it right. I wasn't looking at him, and then I caught him out. I think about pushing the right, but then zone pushes in. And this is another tip. When it comes to solos, I make this mistake later, so I'm going to highlight it here, is that it does reward you for pushing an individual person to clear out space. So I think this person left, but I make the mistake of that, and I go back. So we're going to pause here. Let's think about this thought process with the tactical, okay? I'm going to use it in front of me to give myself some space, okay? Now, the person uses their tactical to catch up to me, but I'm also going to use it against them. So remember, Alter has a benefit and also a negative to using the tactical, right? So I try to pull off a bat here. I hear them sliding in, but I can see them. Now, if this is not an Alter, they'll see your HP for a second, right? But if it's not an Alter, then they're not going to. So I took this opportunity to go through and then go through again. And this is where I say, let's back up here. Ready? Whereas downside, where the portal can be used against you, right? See that portal right there? Boom, use it against, slide all the way down. And now you got yourself a nice clean reset and distance with your opponent. And at this point, you turn and burn. GG's, it's over. They caught me out, they try to push, and you gotta be really fast because with that distance, remember, all it takes is 2 to 3 seconds to really have a nice clean reset, right? Especially with a battery involved, you know? At this point, you can hard gate, and it can be one of those things where you just gotta really implement it and use it to your advantage. Now, I make this mistake here in a second where I just need to keep pushing through and have the confidence to fight. Now, also what I'm gonna showcase here, the passive ability. So if you're curious about it, look at that. Pretty cool. It also gives you information if anybody died nearby.
30 seconds.
I thought that was pretty awesome. Not bad. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I dig that. So this is the tip where I didn't follow my own advice, right? Where I should have just actually shoved through once I got the reset. There's many times where I could have done that and just committed to it because you know that you're safe. Otherwise, with all these souls around, you kind of have to make the assumption that there's just opponents everywhere, okay? And sometimes just going for your 1v1, especially if you can get the jump on them, is really worth it, especially if you can reset, because it's not like another opponent's going to jump on you. And plus you have time because your flesh heals heal up. So it's going to be a little bit of a change in playstyle, but I think if you like playing aggressive, you're really going to enjoy this mode quite a bit. So we're going to highlight that here. Ready? I get shot here. I put a port out of instinct, and they don't know where I go because they get juked by it. But this gives me a shot to go back and fight or gate them. And I miss this opportunity. Because if I got them out, then I could have taken their position. Now, the mistake I made, I'm going to pause it here, is boom, there's somebody in front of me. In Solos, once you get towards the end zones, I'm sorry, I bumped my mic there if that picks up, is that you have to kind of assume that everyone's going to be at every corner. So once I went over to this corner, there's probably going to be another person in another corner. And it's going to be worse when these lobbies are filled up, and it's going to be just insane. So kind of fight for your space, because even though like I'm over here, I'm just going to get picked off from multiple angles. And one thing I noticed, it's not like regular Apex where teams clump up. There's just everyone is everywhere, right? So somebody's always looking at a different angle. Now, I'm going to keep spectating even though I get eliminated here. Because at this point, I just get shoved, and they take the opportunity to get me out, which is the benefit there, right? Also, the replay here. Look at that. I hope they add this to the regular BR mode rather than just solos. I really do. I think it would be very, very cool. So I'm taking a look at the map. Later, we're going to keep exploring. You're going to have not this tips and tricks commentary style, but more my reaction, which I think that you're going to really enjoy. So I hope that you keep watching throughout the video because I also get a pretty cool dub, and I want you to enjoy that journey with me as I learn this. Now, here's an example. At some point, you do have to shove and find your opening. You can definitely do that with Altar. And I'm not really sure why they put that port there because then they can essentially go back and forth. Maybe they're trying to find their way to push in. Altar's going to be a really, really interesting legend to learn. And I'm sorry I didn't move that crosshair on screen. I know somebody's going to comment and say, why don't you move your crosshair? I just wasn't thinking. That's all. So here's some interesting stuff that you can start to think outside the box that I love seeing this player do as well. And that's why I say the legend feels intuitive. It feels natural as you start to learn the map. They're going to put a port here on height, and they're going to try to climb to it. Now, if they put the port a little lower, I think they could have reached it and also gotten to height. So there's one port there. That one doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But you see this one? But also it curves up to the top, which is interesting. And they almost could reach it. I kind of saw the vision there. But I see also where it's like, okay, how can you learn and put all this to practice? And that's what we kind of discussed in the guide as well. And I think players, if you make that mistake, it's going to be very clear whether you're confident in Altar or not. So again, let's segue to the next round. Thank you so much for watching so far. Don't forget to leave a like. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's do this. Hey everybody, we're back for part 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the spaceport. I'm going to look over to Breaker Wharf just so you can zoom in. You'll see that Breaker Wharf just really migrated over to this side of the map. So I wanted to showcase that so you can see it. You can see what has been untouched from this side of the map as well, which I kind of found a little interesting. And then you can see where the map kind of really shifts over on this side, which is where we were at before. So I know this isn't the perfect exploration, so I just kind of want to reiterate that. But we're just kind of having a little bit of a good time, kind of seeing how things kind of pan out and look. And you'll notice that everyone kind of lands over here on the left side. So the first part of the commentary, you'll notice that I was very big on because I made the mistake of recording this and not recording my microphone audio. So I just did a commentary over. This one is going to be in real time as we kind of wrap up. I kind of want to explore this other part. Let's see if they'll let me coexist over here. I know earlier I was under the assumption that we were going to kind of play just safe. Also, I kind of noticed with the zone. Look at that. For solos, it kind of makes sure that, hey, it's... Okay, here's Dry Gulch. I just was pointing out the zone there a little bit. Get to kind of explore here. Remember, all the guns come pre-made. I know we've already said that, but it's kind of just a good reminder. And solo mode doesn't feel as bad as I thought it was going to feel, to be honest. It feels pretty good. Not too bad. The attachments you can remove and move around, but I'm going to go to the other side of the map. I hope that they don't blast me. I do get an extra life, which is nice. I know that goes away after a little bit of time. I'm hoping I coexist, otherwise I guess I'm just going to go fight them. And do that as well. I try to be nice during these playtests, especially if we're all trying to get content, but sometimes people just want to shoot, which is... Hey, it works for me. I enjoy it. I have a good time. Wow, this zone closes so fast. Hey, look! Oh man, I wish I could spend more time over here. The spaceport. Right, it reminds me of Toy Story. Look, good job, Woody. Only going to be able to do a quick little survey of this little area over here, unfortunately. So I apologize that it's not perfect. But at least you kind of got a feel. Wow, this is really cut off. Wow. I would even consider this like a major landing spot. This is a lot of height and low ground over here. I don't know how I feel about that. That's interesting. Oh, we're on the tails of somebody here. If they would have popped up on the bottom or the top left, the 50 meters, if they were nearby. There's like this cave system over here now that, you know, remember how I said they took away some of the zips and stuff like that? You know, like it's not all, you can see them on the mini map, but they aren't perfect as they were before to get you around the map. A little more breaking up some of that momentum to kind of slow down the third parties if they hear it. So this kind of slows it down here, and it's a little harder to get over there. Just gonna keep my eye on the indicator in case you could kind of run them around more freely, because even if somebody was ratting and running around, you don't have to worry too much, because you're gonna get the indicator. How do you feel about that? At first, when I read that, I was very off-put by it. Oh, there, look at that. They know I'm here. You know what I could do? Okay, got that. So this is the downside of, I'll use this as an example of altar. You have to be very careful where you put it. One, because they know where you go. One of the biggest things that'll really throw off opponents, especially, I know this doesn't seem very far. Let me go and grab this. I'm gonna try to give a really good example on how to teach this. Like, let's say you were to put your tactical, because you can put it up. Like if you put it up there, now sometimes a rope comes down, but unfortunately it doesn't come down here. Let's say you're in the opposite end and you wanted to drop and go down here. Now the plus side of that, I guess it kind of still works if you were up here instead and put it there. If you did this, ready? And then you drop and then you go down. It takes a second for your opponent to really catch up to you, which is kind of interesting. So kind of keep that in mind. We're going to go for the tactical persisting, because we did the other ultimate. The ultimate really has more of a place, I would say, in... I'm trying to think of, I guess, the use case scenario that would really use it. Probably more in the team setting. It's more of a team ultimate, you know? I mean, you could still throw it and then fall back somewhere. It's not a bad thing. Let's say I want to rush over here, or I want to push, but it does take a little bit to activate, so there is that. Gosh, the map does feel more improved, which is really nice. I don't have a whole lot of ammo. They're really far. They didn't move up. You can kind of use the indicator if they're going to rush you or not, but this person decided not to rush me. No, I can rush them. They're probably going to bat and heal up by the time I get there, so... This isn't ideal. I need to cross to this, but I'm probably going to die. A little lag. I'm literally almost out of ammo. I'll hold height on them. Gate them, I guess. 14 bullets. Let's see if we can make it work. All right, I'm out. Let's see if we can get something over here. Need heals. Uh-oh, that's not good. Hi friend. Can use this right here. No, we didn't make it. All good, GG's. At least you kind of got a feel for the map. Good fight, GG's. Oh, well, you forgot. We got the little respawn. That's so cool. I always forget that. I did that in the other one, too. I was like, let's just spectate. Let's watch the rest. I completely forgot. I would have stayed there in that fight if I had more ammo, but I'm over here trying to explore and have a good time and vibe out, and then... Oh my god, I'm landing on people. Right? Oh, I don't even spawn in with more ammo. I need that harvester, too. I see the indicators. Is that on purpose, or what is that about? It's like I was a little bit of... But I didn't see them. Alright, we'll just rotate, keep grabbing some stuff. Uh-oh. Under 50 meters, okay. Hi. I need ammo. Oh, gosh. Give us... Actually, could it get us kind of far? Interesting. I think there's going to be a high level of mastery. You know what's crazy what you can do as well? You can put the tactical... Oh my god, what if they use it and come right back here? Oh, good shot. GG's. That was interesting. The map does feel really fresh, I will say. The map feels really good. What we're going to do is we'll watch the rest of this. We'll see if we can get one more in. This became more of a map exploration. We kind of see things in real time. And I hope that you guys really... I'm trying to watch. Let's go to... Okay, let's press requeue. Maybe that'll help. Spectate. There we go. That port was really, really solid. Now, I am playing on servers that are overseas, so there's going to be a little lag. So what you're seeing is pretty normal, so don't stress. I know it seems like, whoa, that looks very crazy. It's because I'm playing on a high ping. Well, they're playing on high ping as well, depending on where we're connecting for the servers. So I know we showcased, you know, looting other boxes. I think that really helps us solos because you can tell where another box was. I think that's pretty cool. Get to watch a little bit of Tyru. You know, Tyru and I go way back, actually. A little history there. Back in the Battlefield days, Tyru actually used to make a lot of Battlefield content before Apex. And looks like we both kind of made a pretty positive switch over to Apex. Small world. It's pretty crazy. I'm glad he's doing well. Oh no, he got caught out. No, Tyru, no! Oh man. That's unfortunate. I know we can't see the indicator. I wonder if they saw the indicator on the left. Let's see here how they're going to handle this. There's still 8 squads, or 8, you know, squads. Individuals. It's pretty interesting. Now, one thing you could do, I was about to say, you throw it on the ground and buy yourself some time, and then when you get your tactical back, you can go right back up. Sometimes there's a rope that lets you go up, and sometimes there's not. So I'm going to try to find out the tips on when it appears and whenever it doesn't. That tactical is really nasty in getting out of nasty situations, though. If you really get caught out, there's a really strong opportunity. I do like the health regen here. I honestly would kind of be curious if... How do you feel about this? I'm going to pitch this to all of you guys. Kind of save you some time on climbing, too. Uh-oh. Here's the downside. You can tell we're all trying to learn it still. I would call this a trial and error until I make the guide. Now, whenever we really work on it, when I put together the guide, after a lot more time in the range and putting this together, then like we can finally put something together. But this is like all the time, like the time we can kind of culminate all the tips and advice. Pathfinder would be a lot of fun on this too. Good way to get away. Now, what I was going to pitch to you guys, my curious thoughts on what are your feelings on... Wow, this guy's insane. On what if the game just removed healing, flush heals, but just left the timer in for all modes? It would kind of really tighten the loot pool because you wouldn't have any medkits or syringes. Or maybe leave them in so then you can heal a little faster afterwards, but then waiting 6 seconds to kind of speed that up to get your flush back up. What do you guys think about that? Pairing that with Lifeline plus that heal is also very interesting too. Something to really keep in mind. Essentially what they've done in the solos mode is kind of gotten rid of the forced feeling of needing a lifeline to get flush heals up. Unfortunately, Lifeline with the team res kind of loses some of the abilities, and the need for having a recon legend with the scan nearby. That one is still kind of, I'm a little indifferent on. I'm not really sure how I feel about that still. I'm gonna be very honest with all of you. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. As Pathfinder has great positioning, seeing everyone nearby. The interesting thing about solo modes is that it makes the map feel a lot, I guess every fight you feel a lot more confident taking. Solo modes is, I would say this is a real success. I think this is going to be a real W. I really like this. I hope that they decide to keep it. I know we were kind of messing around looking at stuff, so I didn't get my perfect loot, and I really should have taken this a lot more seriously. But I really wanted to explore, and you know, the plus side is we get to spectate and kind of watch everyone here and see how the map plays in general. I just noticed there's a lot more nooks, areas to kind of hide behind. There's more cover. There's more places to rotate from. I can see Alter having a blast here in terms of finding neat rotations as well. There's places to hunker down. There's new buildings. It seems like there's a little bit more loot from what I'm seeing. So I don't know if that will make Broken Moon better for a lot of individuals, but from what I've seen, this is, I guess, I mean, I would give this like a BB+. I don't really know what that rating even means, to be honest, but I like it. Oh no, there's a Pathfinder. Bye-bye, Pathfinder. Kind of got caught in jumping there, unfortunately. One thing to be careful is because the port refresh time is pretty low on Alter, to be very mindful of accidentally taking it back. But because of that, using that to your advantage to juke opponents like we did earlier. So keep that in mind. Oh, looks like we got a, oh, I got requeued. Cool. And we'll just keep this going. I'm having a really good time, and I get to explore more of the map. This one, let's try to take it up a notch, and let's try to give more tips and have a good time, you know? Kind of a building block here. We went from the start, okay, if you're kind of watching up until this point. We started at the beginning of the round with just commentating over and exploring as much of the map. And then we went into exploring more of the opposite end. And that POI in the north is really cut off. Not really sure how I feel about that. I know a lot of players didn't play there, so maybe the loot being more condensed is a more positive. So I'll kind of play with that idea a bit more. The zone closing, we've kind of talked about solos so far, which has been a positive. Let's go stasis array, and then we'll kind of work our way in. I think most of the map here, like I said, I don't think a whole lot has changed on the other end. Let me make sure my video settings. Feels like it's shaking a lot more, isn't it? Oh, it could just be me. See how this spot hasn't, I mean, the color palette has. No, look at that. There are some other changes over here. I'm glad we landed over here. There are some changes. Gosh, they've really overhauled this map quite a bit. That's really cool. I dig it. Charge rifle, gross. Let's go look at that little change over here. I'll be sure to loot a little more in case I get caught out, that I'm not just like hard throwing, essentially. If you're enjoying the video up to this point, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I didn't really know what I was going to do for this video until we just kind of started, and well, I'm having a good time, and I hope that you are as well, kind of exploring the changes. Alright, let's grab that. We're good. I'll switch this to light. Caches, cash. Boom. Wow, these things are crazy to level up, you know? I'll go with energy. The Havoc, by the way, is absolutely busted this season. It's one of the, it's in the prior seasons, and even this season, it is one of the most busted guns in the game. It's just insane. Crazy. Alright, let's pop Ultic Cell. Let's go again with this one because we didn't get to explore it. I don't know why that canceled. I don't remember pressing it. I'm trying to explore this area. Ooh, wow, that's another little area over here. Let's take a look. Hold on. Alright, we got enough, so we're going to keep exploring. But I am going to sweat it out if we see anybody nearby. The wingman is on the floor, by the way. You see the wingman in the kill feed. Talk about that in the buffs and nerfs as well. Wow, this is really high up. What the heck? What is this? What is this area? This is crazy. Where does this even come from? Whoa, what the heck? What is all this? This is crazy. There's so much loot. Yo, what the heck? Yo, there's so much stuff here. Man, I'm tempted to grab that wingman. That's crazy. The Havoc and Car go hard, though. And I got a purple. Man, oh, you know, screw it. Let's just go for the wingman. Just, you got to do it for the viewers, because you guys haven't seen the ground loot. So it doesn't have Skull Piercer anymore, unfortunately. I feel like it's gonna cost me. And it only has a maximum of 6 bullets, so a little bit of that adjustment there. There's so much stuff over here. Oh my god, there's a gold car? Wow, this is crazy. This is insane. We didn't even get to show Cliffside.
Grab your goodies.
All right, I'm gonna go back to Cliffside. Let's go take a look. Wow, that's really crazy how much stuff is over here. This rotation right here, that's really sick. I really like this. I like the, and there's another way to come through. It's not just like you can hard gate, you can always flank around. Let's say that they're up here gating, then you can flank around this way. That's really smart, I like that. It's nice. Okay, so this is where we were at earlier? All right, I'm gonna take a little zone damage. Other players are like playing for the life. I'm over here just walking around exploring and stuff. Get a med kit. I wanna go look. Cool. I wasn't kidding when I said there's a lot more loot. There really is a lot more loot. That's really cool. I know the zones are probably going to hurt a lot more, so I probably should just go before I get eliminated. Alright, that's unfortunate. I mean, we're on Cliffside, which is like the edge over here, which is what we're looking at from above, right? Okay, we're going to hit these bins and we're just going to go. Whoa! If I die, I die. It is what it is. But I do need to find like a med kit or so. Ooh, look at that. Oh, there is. You know what? I don't even need to use a med kit. That's crazy. You know what I just realized? Another tip. I've used the heat shields. Okay, I guess this is a downside. Here's the downside about this. So I take damage, and we were talking about this earlier. I got to remember that, right? It's interesting. You go back, you heal up. Look at this. Just wait 6 seconds, of course. You need to wait 6 seconds, but boom, you don't even need healing. That's crazy. That's really interesting. That's cool. All right, well, this is pretty neat. We kind of explored this area, so this is new as well. Wow, that's really cool. I'm kind of stoked about seeing this in real time. It just feels like there's more areas to play, and I don't feel like I'm getting caught out as much. Granted, now here's the caveat here. So if you're watching and say, "Well, Daz, you were wrong. The map sucks." Well, when you're kind of just exploring it, it's one thing. And playing solos and then playing in a real environment's one other thing, right? I like how they have this other barrier. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for the heal. I don't have to use my medkit or anything. Because the gold has the hop up. Alright, let's go. They went through like 2 different barriers. I know they said something about the barrier being like a way to keep out intruders or whatever. It's like their defense or what have you. That's pretty cool though. And then I guess we could see the other side of the quarantine zone now. That's gonna be cool. So let's just do that. Peacekeeper. Evo caches. The Evo caches, I guess, helps you keep a little momentum. Take it. Yoink. Let's take a look around. What are these trees all wrapped up? Why are they wrapped up? If somebody was here. Sure, we'll find them in a second. I got a heat shield if we need it. We'll explore a little bit more. Why is that armor core just sitting there? Is that when somebody got eliminated? Somebody dropped that there? I don't think that's meant to be on the loot pool. Okay, let's take a look. Waiting up on that side. I don't think I can go the other way. I'll let them go. I would blast them, but I'll let them have their fun. Oh, this zone's gonna hurt, so I gotta run. Wow, are we all late? There's somebody over there too. We're all late. That sucks. I can always use the tactical to port through. Oh, shoot. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Oh my god, they're fighting. GG's, GG's.
Leveled up and green room gets a little easier. Hold on, recharging shields. Replicate.
I want to see if we can position here. What if I did this? Okay. You can also hold the tactical. We get on the roof.
30 seconds.
Oh, shoot, right here. That's kind of cool. Look at that, the tactical. We can kind of see... okay, that's why the armor's on the ground there. That's interesting. Learned. Wow, now that breach, that was a good example of a breach up top. And you can see their HP. That's really cool. That's crazy.
Hold on, recharging shields.
Well, we're going to learn today. I'm going to adjust the microphone. Sorry if it bumps. Cooldown, yeah.
Picked enough
Wow, that was really cool.
to test it on.
I'm having a good time. I'm really enjoying this new legend. This is cool. All right, let's go to zone. This might be my last one because I know this video is going to be long and I apologize, but I'm kind of enjoying it. So if I'm enjoying it, I think you guys might enjoy it. I haven't gotten the indicator that anybody's nearby, so I'm not really worried. Put that there. Now the reason I'm putting that there because I know I can use it later and it does encompass half the zone in case I get pushed out. So I probably... Oh, there we go. Hello.
Shield cracked.
Okay.
Shields recharging.
What if we win this one? Went from messing around to winning. That would be kind of a good closer, right? And we've already got more kills after exploring, so... Oh, hold on. We can choose this. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. I like that. That's so cool. Like a free Loba.
Destroyed by Void Nexus.
Well, that's a good tip there. Just get the Void Nexus gets destroyed by zone.
30 seconds and the rings.
We learned today. We learned today. See, this is all these little tips. As we start doing them, we'll get to learn about them in real time. Put it down, it gets destroyed. Take the helmet, the batteries, and we're good. Of course, Alter is a skirmisher. Okay, must be on the other side. I haven't got the indicator. I'm about to get run up on. Just wait for the last team to fight. And I have a hair on my mouse pad. Okay, we're good.
I'm already in the next ring.
Okay, so that's they're there. How far can this go? 20 meters, right? All right, so it says there you go. You can hold it out. It does that. Okay, I'm wasting time. Should be focusing. Focus, Dance, focus. Now, I highly doubt we're gonna look. I would have already seen him now. 50 meters, right?
Let's make
I would have already seen him. Pretty much. Respawn token. Oh, if I didn't get eliminated, that's another tip. Look at that. Wait. There is a okay, no. I was about to say possibility that they're over here. But no. Okay, so this person is kind of in the center over here. It has to move forward, but I do as well. I know they're waiting me out. Okay, well. Here we go. Gold R301. Hello? I'm gonna try to breach the building right here.
Be fun over here.
No, it didn't give me a rope. That sucks. Well, I'm still learning, right? Okay, 1-on-1 over there. I will go over here. There's still two other people. There's one guy there. I actually think this perk is better, especially if you're playing solo.
Final round, beginning ring countdown.
Looking for the other person. I don't see them. Even when I climbed up here, unless they're hiding in a corner. Now this is kind of useless to put down, but
Things get too many.
Oh, you can shoot through those? That's cool. I didn't know that.
Hold on. Recharging shield.
So these little things have like little window crevices, huh?
Rings right there.
Good little tip there. Learning, learning. Who is using a heat shield for who? Seriously, where's the other person? I'm occasionally getting this frame lag. I don't know what that is. Oh, wait. This is great. They have to move.
Being shot at. Hold on. Recharging shields.
All right, you have to move.
Grenade incoming.
I mean, you can alter Q that way, but I'm assuming you're going to use the front door. Wait, when did you move? What? Oh, the zip. How much does it look down? All the way. Okay, that makes sense. Smart. Wow, there's multiple ways to leave that building. Cool. Learned today. This is really crazy, these buildings. You got to get used to them. How much of the underground area? Like, okay. There's still 2 people. Where are they? I know where one is. How long does this? 36 seconds. They could port up to me. I don't want to be the first one over there. Where's the third? We all just gonna land on top of each other and that's just gonna be it?
TikTok on the last
See how long that lasts. Let's see there. Oh, that's a little bit.
They destroyed my void nexus.
Hello? Bro, where are you guys? Oh, we won! What a great way to close out the video. Let's go. That was so sick. The wingman is crazy. The wingman is back. Wow, there's so many end zones to kind of play and the buildings are not necessarily stuck. That's really interesting. Huh, I wonder how you guys are going to feel about this. That was pretty intense, the ending. That was fun. I had a good time. I know like it was just solos, but that was pretty cool. God, I'm such a loser for geeking, but like, man, that was kind of fun. I had a good time. Wow. Well, I won't queue anymore. I'll just kind of let it be there. I'm going to go really get these numbers down and experiment and give you guys a full altar guide. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give a like, comment, and subscribe. I think we got a really good feel for the map as a whole. Very long video, but hopefully you guys had a whole lot of fun as we kind of explored. And I'll timestamp everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, everybody.